Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 72 of the Made of Things podcast. I am your host, Antonio, Maria Correia, but you can call me just, Antonio, and I'm going to go by this now, I think, because if you're not a Portuguese-speaking citizen or non-citizen, maybe you're an outlaw. If you're not if you're a non-Portuguese speaking outlaw, then you might not know how to pronounce my name, so maybe just call me Antonio from Made of Things, and I don't mind. It's fine. And thank you for listening and being here. So this episode is basically the chat I had with local natives at Nós Alive in 2017. And the guys were on the show before we were branded as Made of Things. Before the show was called Made of Things, before it was something else somewhere else. And so we had spoken to Taylor and Ryan before, and they were really nice. So we wanted to speak with them again. And basically this time we have Ryan and Taylor again on the show, and Matt. And we speak about several things, and we were just hanging with them, really, because the show is they are interviews, and that's for sure. But so it's an interview format, but it's not journalism, and it's just getting to know other aspects of artists that we love, and hopefully mostly have fun with them. And if we want to speak about art, excellent. And if we want to just hang with them and be silly, then excellent. Both are fantastic options as far as because art should speak for itself, really. I don't, it's not like I should explain myself every time I'm on the show, but well, we're not doing journalism, and who cares about journalism in terms of art? It doesn't matter. It's who cares if somebody farted at CBGB's in 1977? Who cares? It's just like your art speaks for itself. You the wordplay questions I put I place. Or I ask. The questions I ask regarding wordplay and stuff like that, it's not because I don't understand the meaning of things, or that the meaning itself is very finite. It isn't. It's in the eye of the beholder, or in the ear of the listener, or in the ear of the beholder, or in the eye of the listener. And I think I got that correctly. Okay, so Ryan, Taylor, and Matt this time talk to us about all sorts of things. I still have a back hernia, so I guess that we start with that. We speak about soccer, we speak about beards, health food, because I always love calling them low-calorie natives. That's for people, that's for those of you who didn't get this. And murder, goths, smartphones, mobile phones, wrestling with demons, and downloading stuff all night. And I hope that you legally download everything that you want ever. And apart from this show you can download illegally if you want. Feel free to illegally download our show. We won't hold it against you, and this will be in a court of law if necessary, and I will stand against myself. There you go. So thanks for listening, guys. This was actually a short intro. I usually promise those and end up not keeping the promise, but here's the short intro. So we have local natives on the show. It's always a pleasure. Please follow us on, subscribe on iTunes, and mostly go to YouTube and subscribe on there, because that's the most important platform for us. And we also have a website. It's madeofthingsthewebsite.com, which is a ridiculous name. I still find it amusing. And even though I came up with it myself, but Still very proud of a dumb name. And yeah, whatever, all social media, Instagram, and we post stupid stuff on there, and Facebook we also post stupid stuff on there and stuff that we like. And yeah, pay attention to the YouTube thing, because the YouTube thing is very interesting. I just wanted to rhyme there. It was boring. Bye. With my herniated disc, so don't find it odd.
Can I ask you to step over?
Oh yeah.
If I do this.
Okay.
Were you running or?
No, it's just extreme, like working at the computer. So if you try to do everything does it about it? Okay, cool. Sorry, just to know that we're recording. We are recording, guys, by the way.
It's going.
By the way, just for because this also has an audio version. Could you say your names, please?
Sure, yeah. Ryan.
This is Taylor.
Matt.
We are with local natives over here at Nônô Live. Guys, I was actually explaining you guys about this has very, very little relevance to the listener or what the person who's watching, but yeah, lower back problems. Like 90% of people that I talk to have lower back problems or any sort of back problems. You guys are all good, right?
I mean, no, we just got off a plane today, and I think we all feel like old men now. We're just like, we've been all hunched over all day.
I think we're gonna have some problems in like a few years after all the touring.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Would you guys like do any sort of sports or like yoga at least?
Try to, yeah.
I play soccer, football.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where? How? When?
I play in a league. Yeah, whenever I'm home. And
Really?
I grew up playing, and my dad runs a men's league as well.
Really?
So whenever I go home, I play with him when I can, and I have a league as well in Los Angeles where we live that I play in.
Fantastic. What's the name of your team?
FC Beard Salona.
Cool. I'm sorry?
FC Beard Salona.
Beard Salona.
Beard Salona. So yeah, it was originated because everybody had a beard at the time of the inception of the team.
And like it's a female salon? Maybe? I don't know. I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's like a play on FC Barcelona.
Oh, okay. Beard Salona.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course.
yeah.
Oh, guys, this is the second day of the festival. I'm already like, yeah, exactly. I was drunk like most of the time yesterday, and I'm tired now. So, Beard Salona, of course,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
So it's red and
exactly.
red and blue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool, awesome. Sorry. Ryan.
No, you're all good.
So last time I was with you guys, I suggested the idea that local natives could be read as low-cal natives, like low-calorie natives.
Right.
I wonder why you haven't changed the name yet.
You think marketing-wise, it's a better move?
I think
Yeah.
so. There's a whole market of health food. You know.
It's true. We are from California. Could be good.
Start selling food instead of merchandise, like low-calorie
Low-cal.
foods.
Yes, low-cal.
I haven't even heard, but nobody's ever said it.
Well, I had 4 years ago, but
right.
once in a minute. So I don't blame you for it.
Right.
Right.
There's a market.
So
There's a market
every
for
4
it.
years, we're gonna have to deal with this.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Hopefully, you are now friends of the show. So there you go. Something that I always enjoy saying, even though I don't ever. But anyway, guys. What you guys remember of Portugal and the last time you were here? Because I remember you playing close to the river and stuff.
Yeah, we just went by there. We went to, that timeout market?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is right near our venue. We were just visiting there and we're reminiscing. We kind of stumbled upon where we played, and I really loved Portugal in general. The last time we've been here twice, I guess. So it's just a really beautiful place. I think it reminds us of home a little bit.
Yeah.
The most similar thing to California and Europe, right?
The vibe.
It seems so, yeah, to me. I really love it. It's a really beautiful place, and
For some reason, though, we never get to stay very long here. I don't know what it is with the scheduling, but we're always here for 24 hours at most, and then we have to go. But we'd like to explore a bit more this time.
Okay, are you guys staying for longer than 24 hours?
No, we're not.
No.
Oh, well, there you go.
Actually, yeah.
Cordially invited.
We're gonna go like before we fly out in the morning, go try to find coffee. I think that'll be like the extent of our exploration.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's plenty of coffee over here, so
Okay.
guys know. So have you guys tried? I'm sorry. Again, I'm sorry
No,
because
it's all
this
good.
is the back
I'm gonna
thing.
admit it.
I'm like swaying.
Get out of your way.
But are you guys? Do you guys remember like Portuguese coffee? Since you're into coffee.
I did have a Portuguese coffee. Yeah, I had some locals take me around last time I was here. It was awesome.
Some local natives. I apologize. Sorry.
Truly.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I did say it. I'm sorry. I can't take it back now. It's recorded, and I don't edit jack shit. So there you go.
Edit.
No.
So everything's going in.
Yes, unless you guys like confess to a murder or something. Then I might. Or like
No, man,
talk
that's,
shit about the
that's
festival.
great footage. You got to keep that. That's evidence.
We were talking about last time we played this festival, and the XX played.
Yeah.
Who else was there? It was just such a beautiful day right on the beach, and we had such a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so I have a question about the album, the name of the album. Okay, so Sunlit Youth. Sunlit Youth, does this apply to goths as well, and health goths? I'm sorry, I can't speak anymore. Does this apply to goths?
In what way?
In Sunlit Youth, because like goths don't really try to be in the sunshine.
It's a good point. Can the goths be in?
I gotta say, I didn't take that into account when we were talking about the name. You're really making me think.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know. It's for everyone. Everyone's included.
You do have goth friends, though.
I hope so.
Oh, you hope so.
Yeah, I mean,
because you never know with the goths, right?
right. They're in the shadows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And so this applies to basically anyone, or just as long as you're young.
I mean, in some ways, we were talking about kind of like the new generation that's coming up. You know, they're kind of just like in general, I guess, the ideals and the way it feels like things are getting pushed forward in progressive ways, and kind of like the new generations. That's what it felt like Sunlit Youth was referring to. And then in a lot of ways, it's about us, our growing up in Southern California, and this is our third record that we made. It felt like the end of an era in a lot of ways, and so like encapsulates a lot of like our relationship together and our growing up together.
Do you feel like because of mobile apparatus and stuff like that, because of connectivity and stuff like that, do you think that our generation was like actually at home kind of a bit more than the future generations, because everyone's like now, on their phones like this, but they can be sunlit, I guess, and we were more homebound, I guess, if we wanted to be online. This is kind of like a prejudice question. I'm sorry, but but I feel like everyone's like just looking at their phones now and just like you can't do that while you're like, I don't know, in a vineyard, I guess.
Right. You're really taking all of these names so literally and making them, making me think about them in a way I haven't. But you do. I mean, yeah, it is something that I'm sure basically every human being who has a smartphone has talked about, which there's a double-sidedness to everybody being super connected. There's obviously so many positives there, and then there's a lot of just time wasting, and I think people on social media looking at nothing a lot of the time. So it's it's not one of these things where it's like the savior from heaven by any means. It's all in kind of how you use it. So there's probably a mix. I think it can be equally. I think a lot of people are also just staying at home looking at Facebook and wasting their time. So we didn't have that distraction when we were younger, but we didn't have the ability to connect to people so easily either.
And when it came up, it was like, because I'm about your age, and so I'm I remember when it came up, it was a real privilege, like, because you didn't have to always be alone, even though that has its pros, right? Like, especially if you play instruments. I remember like playing guitar and not being distracted by other stuff, and I could just listen to music and play guitar. And now it's kind of more difficult, but you guys have stuck to that, obviously, right? So is it hard to detract from people sending you messages and stuff like that as musicians?
I mean, we do try to be as present as possible when we're working on music, and I think, maybe we should do a no phones in the studio rule at some point, but
Sometimes we do have to implement that.
yeah.
But actually, that is on our last record. A lot of it was written on these trips that we would take to different places around the world. We went to like Thailand and Nicaragua and Ojai and Joshua Tree, and a lot of that was because we could really be removed and kind of unplug from the world and just totally breathe and live playing music together. And those times were so enjoyable. There's so much joy in being just totally, completely immersed, not having something, digging in your pocket every 5 seconds. Yeah, we found that to be kind of like one of our most favorite ways to be creative together and write music.
Digging in your pocket is actually a really good imagery. Is really good imagery for like corporate America and the corporate world. Like they're always like, because they are, right? Like that's what it is exactly. Yeah. Okay. Again, I'm taking stuff literally. I'm sorry.
Connections,
But connections, like. But guys, the name of the show. Actually, I should ask you something that I actually read on the Wikipedia thing, which was like past lives apparently, because you guys said that people are living in loops and wrestling with the same demons. Which wrestling moves are they using, like preferably? Do you have any? Do you have any favorite wrestling moves?
I don't know any wrestling moves.
I would figure. I'm just asking. I mean, I figured that you wouldn't.
Sorry, man. Yeah. Hate to disappoint you.
Moves.
I'm just picturing like Steve Austin.
Oh,
remember that dude?
Yeah, of course.
316. That's not a move, but it's just like something he said.
Stunner. Yeah, it has the like.
Oh, there you go.
I know my stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, okay. The stunner.
You want us to ask you? That's what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. I see what.
This is not
What's your
necessarily
wrestling move, man.
I'll go with the stunner. It's fine. Stunner is amazing.
Okay.
Sure.
It sounds fantastic.
Stunner.
This is like kind of not necessarily an interview. It's like a show. Like you guys have fun. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
There you go. So
got it.
okay. So we're actually segueing into a more serious thing. The name of the show is called Made of Things, and it's based on the idea that you guys dedicate yourselves to what you're doing because you heard something or read something or watched something or something happened to you or not at all that kind of triggered you into going like, oh, I want to do that forever and want to play music forever. Did you guys have that? And if so, what was it?
I mean, pretty early on, we were just like obsessed, like one-track mind. Like, Taylor and I learned to play guitar together when we were like 13. Yeah, and it's kind of really the only band we've ever been in. We've all been together for at least like 10 years now, and it's just. I don't know. We've just kind of always had tunnel vision with it. I think we went to a lot of shows growing up, and I remember specifically downloading videos of At the Drive-In playing on Kazaa.
Okay, cool.
And that we would just like, yeah, because the video would take like all night to download, and the next day you'd watch it, and we were just like, we're the biggest fans of that band. We just wanted to do what they were doing.
Guys, they're coming here for the first time, I think, in about a month.
Yeah.
So
wow.
and I love both At the Drive-In and Mars Volta. So
nice.
even though I do enjoy the Mars Volta a lot. So and most people like kind of but still it's a superb. And do you have the same outlook on it?
Yeah, totally. And I think the only thing I'd add is we went to a lot of like shows in basements of churches and in living rooms and stuff like that when we were in high school. We were like really young. And those experiences, there was like a total spiritually connected, just everybody's in this crazy energy in this super sweaty room and this music that's just crushing your ears. It was so loud. And yeah, I think I was just really hooked to that and felt that that's what I wanted to do.
Okay. What about you?
Same. I mean, I grew up in a different part of Southern California, but I started playing drums when I was like 8 or 9, and it was just this type of thing where it made sense pretty early on for me, and just I've been in a band pretty much since I was like 11 years old. Some kind of band, just like various shitty bands throughout high school, and then finally found these guys like 11 years ago.
Shitty band.
Shitty band. So I've just been in a bunch of shitty bands. bands. Like, no.
like it's a continuity. There's continuity there. Like,
Right.
a motif.
Consistent.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just, I always like in my life, it's the making music and being in a band was like the only thing that ever fully made 100% sense to me. Like I tried to pursue other career paths for a moment, but it was never like as obvious of a choice to me. Whereas this was like always like an unknown. You don't know, it's such a gamble if you're going to be able to make a career in music.
Sure.
But like,
if you can, you will, right?
oh yeah, but it's like I had such faith that like I had to do something in it that would just go for it. So yeah, it's the only thing that really made sense to me.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, guys, and enjoy. Please enjoy the time, the 2 hours you have left in Portugal.
Thank you so much.
In Lisbon over here. There you go.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you so much.
Nice
You
to
guys
talk
have
with you.
fun.
Yeah.
And always lovely. And
See you in 4 years.
for years or something. Hopefully sooner.
Yeah.
Hopefully sooner.